Miss Lynch was my second grade teacher, and in February she gave us the chance to make Valentine cards for our parents. So, with paper, glue, and glitter, I quickly made a card that said, "Dear Mom and Dad, Happy Valentine's Day." And since I had extra time, I decided to make a second Valentine card, a card for the girl that I had a crush on. We'll call her Linda. And for Linda's card, I used extra glitter. And then I wrote my message. Dear Linda, I love you very, 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 very much. I am sure that I drove Linda and everybody else crazy. Wherever I went, I wanted to talk about Linda. And I'd say to people, "Isn't Linda pretty? Isn't she funny?" But that's how it is when we're in love. We can't stop talking about the one that we love. Today is Ash Wednesday, and it's also the feast of Saint Valentine, a saint who fell in love. Valentine lived in 3rd century Rome, and at that time it was illegal for Christians to worship or preach in public. But Valentine loved Jesus, so he couldn't stop talking about Jesus. And Valentine was arrested for the crime of being a Christian. But the judge told Valentine that if he would just stop talking about Jesus, he could be set free. But for Valentine, that was not an option. He was in love with Christ. And loving Christ meant more to Valentine than anything else. Valentine was executed for his faith. And he is gratefully remembered as a man who spoke boldly about his love for Christ. Ash Wednesday and St. Valentine's Day. What a great combination. Because Ash Wednesday and St. Valentine's Day are about our hearts and God's heart. In today's first reading, God says, "Return to me with your whole heart. With fasting, return to your God. Rend your hearts, not your garments." In this reading, we catch a glimpse of God's heart, and we discover that God desires intimacy with you and me. God's love is perfect. It asks for nothing other than for us to accept the gift of His love. To every one of us, God cries out, "Return to me with your whole heart." In other words, I think God is saying, don't go looking for love in all the wrong places. Don't think that you will find happiness anywhere else. Return to me. Let me love you. God's heart was revealed when He sent His Son into the world. What a gift! God's love made tangible for us in Jesus. And we are able to love one another because Jesus teaches us what love looks like. Now, it's true, while we live on this earth, we will never love the Lord or each other perfectly. And that is why we need another Lent. We need the ashes on our forehead to remind us that we're made of dust and our hearts are sometimes hindered by the grit of daily life. We need another Lent with the gospel call to prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. We need to listen to Christ more directly, to consume less so that we can hunger for Him, to give more so that others may live. These disciplines direct our hearts back to Christ, and His heart teaches my heart how to love more completely this Lent. If you give your heart more completely to Christ this Lent, don't be surprised if you find yourself spontaneously praying one day, Jesus, I love you very, very, very much.